Gotta sip right in there right when it
There's got to be a smoother way
stops.
to do this. Yep,
I need a soft fade. I need half a second.
I know.
Bam! Here we are. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to SketchUp Live.
Happy
It's
Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday.
We're doing it. So this is going to be a fun one because we've talked in the past. I've been poked and prodded about this quite a bit in the past about how I like to come in fresh, ready. I don't prepare a whole lot. I like to know what I'm modeling, have an idea. I think about it a little bit, but I don't actually get in there and start clicking mouse buttons until we start. This time, we put an idea in our forum. We said, hey, we'd like to do a set design, like for stage, a stage production of some sort, a play or a musical or something like that. And we asked in the forum, like, what production should we do? And we got a lot of feedback, but we did not get a definitive answer.
Yes.
So
there was ideas, but no consensus, which is, I'm all for the discussion that we were having on the forum because there's something about this topic that apparently hit right with a lot of people because they had a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, which is great. It's awesome. But we didn't pick anything. So, so as of now, we are still undecided. So this is up to you guys. You guys showed up. You get the final say. So let's hear it. Let's, if you could see, I'm picturing sort of a community theater type look and feel to a set. Like we're not going to do some big curving Phantom the Opera stage with trapdoors and everything else.
Was a suggestion.
It was on the list.
Yeah.
So we're looking for something maybe pulled back a little bit from that. Noises Off was another one that came up, which I think is awesome. I'm just not sure we could do Noises Off justice. It's 2 sets in case you've never seen Noises Off. Noises Off is a play about a play being put on and what goes on the stage and then what happens in the back. So the front and the back of the house, the whole thing, it flips. So it looks like inside of a house with an upper floor and then it turns around. You see all the spaces in back, which would be really cool. But
that would be cool.
It would be a lot to knock out. It would be very low quality. It'd be like a conceptual model in an hour and a half, 45.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Goes Wrong play or the Goes Wrong show about a play where everything goes wrong. It's a British. Nope. Doesn't. Okay. It's fantastic because it's a play where things essentially go wrong the entire show. That's its shtick, which I've loved because for anybody that may know me for longer than 5 minutes, it may not come as a big surprise that I was a theater kid, and some of my most favorite memories are when things would just absolutely go wrong. When somebody would push on a door instead of pull it and the whole half of that set would fall down. It's fantastic. So that I was going to recommend that, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered because you haven't even seen it. You've got homework now.
Some concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Idea of what it is. Well, I was starting to lean towards a couple things. Several people in the chat talked about Waiting for Godot, which is a great play. If you've never seen it before, check out Waiting for Godot. It's a classic, but it's very minimalist. The set is literally a dirt road, a tree, and a mound of dirt or a rock. Like, that's what's called
dirt
for.
And more dirt.
So we could do a mini faux landscaping session, but realistically, even if we spend half an hour on the tree, we're talking like 45 minutes of modeling. So I was thinking of some other classics, like one would be Romeo and Juliet, right? Because that's something where you got like a square, a lot of stone, a tower with a balcony, and like that's it. Like, how would you make that in a like I said, community theater is what I'm thinking, like, right? Like painted plywood sets, that kind of thing. Something we could stand up would be kind of cool. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' ideas. If you're here, like, what was a play you saw that made an impact on you, or maybe what you just, if you've seen something, a play or a musical recently, let's get a couple ideas going, and yeah, we'll give it like 2-3 minutes, and then just hop in and start modeling something.
So we've got a couple suggestions. Noises off for one. The Wizard of Oz.
Mm. That could be fun.
And everybody else is just chiming in where they're from. We got people from Ontario, Canada, from Cyprus, from Devon, UK, from Bergen, Norway, Vancouver, Canada. Awesome. Awesome. I think we have more of an international audience today than a national one.
Yeah. I like that.
Are you Googling set design examples from
constantly? Well, so I was thinking, I do
that
like
alleyway from West Side Story. Ooh, that's a good one.
That could be kind of fun because we do some fake vanishing distance thing. The other thing I was thinking about, two-sided would be kind of fun, or having set pieces that can rotate or something like that. So something like the Wizard of Oz could be kind of neat because you could do like, Munchkin City or something, and then have it turn around, have it be the Emerald City on the other side. That could be kind of cool.
Cool.
Do a couple sets in one.
I saw Ronnie Paleo play 2-story set with the balcony. I know I've never heard of that one. I'm reading the comment. That wasn't me that said I saw this play and know nothing about.
And there's a Phantom of the Opera again. You guys, so I've actually seen Phantom a couple times, and always, every time I've seen it, it's been amazing. But man, if you're gonna talk about a thing with some sets, that is, I've never seen it done anything but like blow it all up, So I'm all for Phantom, but I think something like the staircase alone could be 2 hours. Or the chandelier. We could do a chandelier modeling session. Maybe I'll do a live model of the chandelier. Let me write that down. All right, I'm gonna make the call. We're gonna just because I think we'll have more people can visualize this too. Let's do Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And let's make a set that could be used at least 2 different ways. So we'll make like a Emerald City. This was my thought. Emerald City, and then
Munchkin Land?
Munchkin Land? Yeah.
Maybe?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I got it.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Yes, you gotta. All right. So I got pulled up the average size of a smaller community theater. And 20 feet by 30 feet is a small stage. So this is what I want to work with. So I want to work with constraints. Where's our heads, Donovan?
I don't know. The things are on.
Oh.
Let me, hold on.
Sorry about the new guy.
Let me bloop with the bloop. On, off. No, why is it? Oh, man. What is happening?
Everything else is working. I guess this is the trade we make. You either get an introduction or you get to see us. One of the two. We had an introduction.
If I go back to here and then turn this on, nope. Aaron, I don't know what's happening.
I've never been on that side of the panel, so I don't have any idea either. You keep poking buttons, I'll start doing stuff over here. That's closer.
Is that? Hold on. Does this one work? Oh my gosh.
There it is. Donovan did it. So, yeah, took a couple days off, a couple weeks off of that, and now I don't even remember how it works.
I know. Technology.
Sorry.
All
right. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of some pretty simple, like just start with some sets, and then we kind of work our way into maybe some other things that we want to put on here. So all I have is this big rectangle, 20 foot by 30 foot. So what I was thinking of is something, as basic as, we'll say something like 12 by 8 foot. So starting with something as simple as this. When I am designing something, if I'm designing something from scratch, I'll try to start with the simplest form I can, right? So when I look at this stage, what am I have here? This has to be taller, obviously. That's not going to be tall enough. Let's add another 2 foot, so 8 foot by 24 foot. I want to make it into a group. Slide that group over, copy over here. We'll rotate it. I grouped it off axis, so it's got that terrible container. But so this could be something I could start working with. If I'm trying to make those modular pieces, all right, this is driving me crazy. So I rotated it first and then I made it a group. That's not going to work for me. I got to have my my everything aligning properly. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it on an edge, on a corner. I'm going to grab this edge and pull it till it snaps onto red like that. I'm going to explode it and then immediately right click and make a group again. Now my container, my box is right around there. So I'm going to take this, do this like 3 times. And then I'm thinking of start simple. Start with a simple set like this.
No pressure, Aaron, but it looks like we've got some set designers in the audience.
Beauty. All right, George is going to help. Oh, George is better than me at SketchUp. Oh, man, it's just hand it over. Take it from me, George. I've never claimed to be the best at anything. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But it does crack me up that people hop on something and immediately start just throwing weight around. That's fun.
I mean, not to throw out titles or anything, but you are the SketchUp guy.
I did put that on my own business card that I printed out, so it's true. So anyhow, simply the first piece being simple massing. So if I do this, if I'm working off of these 3 pieces, if I have 3 pieces that can then just be spun around, yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I've done a couple sets, but they have been all for like small productions where it was like a painted backdrop with like 1 or 2 things sticking up, like a tree made out of spray foam, and the back was a mural type painting. But I mean, it works for a play.
Yeah.
So what I think would be kind of cool would be if we started over here and we had kind of, I'm thinking like, we kind of have like, okay, the front, I want to make some fake vanishing points, and then maybe something, you know, this piece is more like, this piece is going to be more like the yellow brick road going off into the distance. I'm going to mock this up super quick. You know, here's our yellow brick road, and then the distance we see, oh look, there's the Emerald City, where we aspire to be. So something along those lines. With a set like this, we could obviously just build the fronts of some houses and turn them sideways. But if we actually have it on here and we have it kind of a vanishing point, then we could kind of get a little bit more depth in the stage than what's actually there. Yeah.
So are you going at this with the idea that the audience is sitting on one side rather than like a circle theater where audience is kind of surrounding the stage?
Gotcha. That is what I'm thinking. So let me allow me to it's good, George. I was just teasing. We're all good. No, I am not a professional set designer. I'm using this as an opportunity to pretend that
but the sounds of it, you are at least an amateur set designer. So
I have done a little bit. I have done a handful of sets. I didn't use SketchUp when I did them. I'll be honest. I just went in and
You did
started painting
design a
stuff.
Muppet movie theater for my cell phone for me. I
That
don't
is
know if
true.
that counts, but
It's something.
if you want to throw that on your resume, I would not object.
That's true. That is true. So design has happened. Oops.
The Muppet movie theater would have been a cool one to do
That would have been fun.
with the balconies and just the whole get up. Anyway. Oh, Bill, those sets that you were drawing are called flats.
Yes, that's true.
Are you boxing in the stage? What are you?
Yeah, I'm coming up with, okay, so this is realistically the volume that we're looking at, right?
Okay.
So push this back. So that all right, so that's what we got to work with. So again, I'm just kind of exploring the space right now because I think, yeah, if everybody's sitting out here and then our actors are up here on the stage. What I want to do is just give the look and the background of something quick and easy. I think I don't want to do flats. I want to make this 3D. So I'm kind of thinking like maybe we make a 3D, like get some depth in here a little bit, and then make it like I said. So we flip it around the other way, and we're in the Emerald City. So maybe I'll do something like.
I mean, you are trying to utilize forced perspectives, so it's part of it.
That's right. Get some inspiration for Munchkin cities. Looks like small houses is what a lot of the things are. Domed roofs. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. So actually, this is kind of a cool thing we could do. I'm going to come over here. And I'm gonna make a little Munchkin house real quick. All right, and then we're gonna start here.
Keggy says, like, how do you get on stage?
Practice. First got to audition.
Lawrence says, in a real stage, the height above the stage is at least the same as the stage height. Okay, I see what he says. I had to think about that for a second. The height above the stage is the same as the stage height. So for like all the equipment and all the equipment and stuff. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Lawrence.
The space up here.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought you were saying like if this is 3 foot, you only have 3 foot to. Everybody's got to crawl around on all fours because you got to stay under the 3 foot ceiling.
Yep.
I know that's not true because yeah. All right. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I'm just going to take that, close that up, and then let's put a door on here.
Nancy says, my most memorable theater visit was almost 50 years ago. Sir John Gielgud? Is that how you say it? Gielgud? Gielgud was playing Julius Caesar in the National Theatre in London. The sets were minimal. Pardon my pronunciation. I probably got the name wrong. Gielgud.
All right. Oops. All right, that looks good. And then we'll just grab all that. Intersect face with model. We can get rid of all this stuff on the inside.
Ooh, somebody's joining us from Nigeria. Welcome.
That's awesome. Let's see. Let's reverse faces here. Try to intersect again. I'm just going to grab all of it. Intersect face with model. That's going to break it off. So you can just delete these pieces right here. Delete this. Delete this. Just trying to get a nice solid.
Oh, Kagi says good pronunciation. I think I had to pronounce it 2 different ways. I don't know. Somebody from LinkedIn says, what's going on here? Is it a live session for beginners? So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. This is SketchUp Live, where every Friday we get on here and we choose a topic and we just hang out. We model, we build stuff. And this week we're working on a set design for a stage play. So welcome on LinkedIn.
A community theater production of Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
I decided. All right, so something like that. I'm going to grab that.
Cat in the Hat. That would have been a fun set. I don't know if you've seen that one. Or not Cat in the Hat, Seussical the musical.
Yes, I have actually. I've had multiple children in that one.
That would be one where you would have to practice. What did you call it?
Nest drawing skills?
No. Where you have to practice intentional.
Right. Try to make a mess on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I was thinking for this, right? Because we want to force some perspective. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to grab the... What was that? All right. I'm going to make this into a group. I'm going to take it and I'm going to squash it.
Kegi says, looks like a Minion's house.
That works.
Not wrong.
All right. I like that. That's cool.
Mariconi says, hi, Aaron.
Hi. All right. So let's make this a little bit bigger. And then... So here's my thought. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try some things. All right, I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to put another one here.
Randomness. Yes. Thank you, Timothy. Intentional randomness would be a good way to describe it. Oh, Mariconi says, save.
You guys are always right when you say that, but it always gets me. All right. Save this as woo set Wizard of Oz. It's a thing. All right. So if I grab all of these now, so make group. I don't know how practical this would be to fabricate, but I think this is going to be kind of fun. I'm going to use an extension. I'm going to go into my tools, go to my Fredo 6, and we're going to use box tapering. And I think I'm going to grab this end and squish it down like this. Too much. All right, and then I'm going to scale it back this way. It's tape going one direction. I think I went a little. I got a little crazy there. Let me shrink that this way. And then let's just get it up here on stage and see how this looks. If this looks like it's going towards the background. They're Munchkins. It should be smaller than an average human there. So the way that this tool works, let's go ahead and grab it. So it's going to kind of play back like that. That works. Bring it forward. All right, so we want it not just houses in the back, we want to look like they're getting smaller as they go up towards the yellow brick road. So with tools, Fredo 6, Fredo scale, box tapering, I can grab this handle and just start scooting it down. Whoops.
Randy says, I want to see the yellow brick road.
We'll get it on there.
In time. Oguntola says, how do you choose a topic for the design on Fridays?
Well. Oh, I got to turn it this way so I grab this side of the handle. That's a problem. There we go.
So we have a website called the SketchUp Forums, forums.sketchup.com. And under the happenings tab, we always post what we're going to model on Fridays. And then we ask for any feedback or any ideas that that our audience might have. This one came from our audience. So
that's right. I may be doing away with the whole two-sided flat thing because I think this is more fun.
Just maybe back focusing here on forced perspective is
oh yeah, this is a blast. Yeah, let's pull this out. We'll just get this, we'll get a scene here in back. Pull this out 9 feet. 9 feet. Pull this up another, I don't know, 4 foot. So we'll have a set of painting in the background, then we'll have these little guys sit here. Give them a little bit of a, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna get rid of one.
Oh, and just throwing it out there, if anybody ever has any ideas for something that you would like to see on SketchUp Live, don't hesitate to post that in the forums. Or shout it out here. I mean, if you're here, just shout it out here. Let us know.
Don't wait for the forum.
Yeah.
There we go. So what that does, that gets us some depth on the stage. We can see it looks a lot deeper than this couple of feet by forcing that perspective like that. That turned out kind of cool. It does look a little bit cartoony, which I'm pretty okay with. I like that. I mean, I'm justifying. It's the Wizard of Oz. I mean, what am I talking about?
Andy says, shouldn't the box tapering be done from the bottom?
Well, see, that's what I was, again, oh, you know what we should do? Here's what we should do. Let me throw this out here too. Let's say back here. We'll go about 10 foot back.
I see what he's saying. So the tapering done from the, actually it would be both, right? The top and the bottom? No, just the bottom.
So
just the bottom, right?
So if I sit, how tall, what am I at, like 48 inches? All right, we go like that, and then we're gonna come back here, 20 foot, go up. These numbers aren't exact. I don't know exactly how tall this should be, but let's get a couple of lines of sight in here. So we'll go to like 8 foot.
Oh, Randy's throwing a challenge out there for you. No community production is complete without a full lighting grid.
That doesn't sound like part of the set. That sounds like technical. That's not me, buddy. So yeah, we got people for that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to position a camera. I'm going to put a camera right here on this point, and then we're going to look around and look at the stage. It put me up another 9'6", so I'm going to put this down to 0. Oops. 6. There we go. This is where, if I was in the front row looking up at the seat, that's where it would be. So I'm going to go ahead and save that as a scene. All I want to save for that is camera location. Everything else can change. All I want to know is where I'm looking at it from. All right, so then I'll make that, we'll call that front row. All right, and then right back here, we'll do another one. How high? Oops. Still editing. There we go. And then back here, I don't know. This is what is this? 20 feet back. So we're about 8 feet up off the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and add another camera right here. Camera, position camera on this dot. And then we'll look at the stage from up here. We're slightly higher. So I don't know how far back this is. This is back 5th row.
Studio RT Cool says there's an extension JS camera line that makes a line done with the center of the current view. Have you used that extension before?
I haven't.
Oh.
That's cool. I think somebody told me there's over 600 extensions on Extension Warehouse. So yeah, I mean, our team makes videos on extensions all the time, but it's hard to stay on top of everything. So I always appreciate hearing about those ones that we haven't got to. All right, so what this does though is this allows us to jump down here. Okay, if we're sitting on the front, just looking up at the stage, can't see on top of the stage. And then back here, we're a little bit higher, we're looking down a little bit more, and lets me just kind of jump through real quick and see how this would look from two different spots. So to go back to the question, yeah, I mean, you would, if I was box tapering, I would go to the middle like this and make it look like it's going like, the vanishing point should go up like this does, right? So if I look at this and this are going this way, they're vanishing together. The problem with the stage is flat on the bottom, and I don't want to create a ramp on the stage for actors to walk on, so I'm just tapering it down that way. But yeah, so this is what we would have right now for
Ty
our
says
Munchkin
there's
City.
1,101 extensions currently in the extension warehouse.
So it is over 600.
And he also says, and that doesn't even include Sketchucation.
I don't even know how many they have. They have some like old plugins from the way back up on the Extension Warehouse. All right. So, cool. I kind of like that. That's kind of a fun little thing. The question now would be, of course, stage change time. What do we do with Munchkin City? So I'm kind of starting to think like one of the things we could do is maybe if we make Munchkin City a little bit smaller, scoot it back a little bit more, we could probably put something right in front of it. We could roll. I'm assuming backstage is huge. We have infinite storage space in back. Because that happens all the time when you design sets. It's just, oh yeah, all the space you need. That's probably not true. But if we make Munchkin City slightly smaller, then we can look at that vanishing point. But now we have this opportunity to put something in front of Munchkin City so we could have our next set. Something could sit here and sit here, and we could cover it up. Probably means shortening this up and getting this back a little bit further too, though. Oops. 0.85. 85% and 85 times are two different dimensions. All right, so there we go.
It's just numbers, like right? Just numbers.
Plenty of room for the Lollipop Guild to come out and dance. We got options here. Okay, cool. I should probably give some preliminary colors in here. So I think I made these groups and not components. Yep, sure did. All right, so I'm just going to do this real quick.
Ty says, need a 3D pivoting stage like Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Oz. Have you seen a Cirque du Soleil play?
I have.
Yeah.
It's that is a good time. That is some. Yeah, that's pretty crazy what they do. I mean, just the way that like, have you seen one, Donovan?
Yeah, I saw O in Vegas.
It's just cool how like what a good job it does of tricking your eye and thinking you're seeing stuff you're not seeing, and whew.
So Kagi says, could you make a large flat and stick half of the minions' houses on it to move it around or reverse?
I like where you're going with that. So
Randy says, will you be flying in Dorothy's house?
That could be a fun thing to put on the side here.
Mm-hmm. Andy says, aren't these stage visuals usually a raisable 2D screen?
Sometimes. It could, that's the thing. This could be anything. I'm making stuff up because
Yeah.
I'm like, what would be neat?
I don't know
That's-
if I've seen motion projection used to that scale. I mean, I've seen it in like amusement parks and stuff like that, but that'd be very cool.
That would definitely be make things easier.
Mm. Well,
I
or
did go
technical.
to a college performance not long ago where the back screen was it was a small. I mean, it was small. It was smaller than this, but the back of the stage was just a big screen that had projectors on the back of it, like multiple projectors,
Hmm.
and so they could change out what was on the back wall, so it looked like the back of a building, and then they would just change what was projected to change to something else, and that worked out pretty good. That was pretty
That's
cool.
Switching the scene, like
And it was very simple because it was like just straight from the back. There you go. All right, so now here's what we got for our Munchkin land. I could go into a little more detail, put some different colors on the doors and that kind of stuff, but this is enough to get the idea across. Speaking of getting the idea across, I'm just going to come in here and just throw some colors real quick on here.
Olgan Tola says, "What must I do to make you model an engineering design, like a solar mini grid site for Friday Live?"
You take that one, Donovan.
Okay.
There we go. A field of poppies, Yellow Brick Road, Emerald City. All right. So here's what I'm thinking we're going to do. I'm going to grab these 3 items. Actually, no, probably just these 2 items. And then I'm going to put them on a new tag.
Keggy says, "Is this production sponsored by Crayola?"
It's the land of Oz, man. I don't know what that meant. Because in the books, the Munchkin City, Munchkins are all blue. So everything is blue. So I don't know if you guys have read the original books, but it's the weirdest little flex ever. Yeah. It's all blue, in case you didn't know. The Winkies, where the Wicked Witch lives, that's all yellow. So if we're going by the book, these should all be blue. All right, and then I'm going to add these to Munchkin City, and that way I can turn off Munchkin City if I want. I would keep, if I was doing this design again, our background is like our big matte painting or rear projection, whatever it is. I would keep this probably in a separate group because it's possible to mix and match these pieces and have them actually, I could use them multiple spots. I could actually have a different set that's maybe like on the road or something like that, where the trees are, something like that. And I could just keep this background the same. So I'm going to grab this background and I'm just going to put it on its own tag, which is, call it
Oh, Randy says, "Flying in and out stage components would be a great animation."
all right. There we go. Now, so the other thing we could do is let's make another scene. And I'm going to call this one, I'm going to keep this one's the only thing here is going to be visible tags. And I'm going to create a new scene, and I'm going to call this scene, I'd probably name this by the scene, but we'll just call this Munchkin City. So now, if I turn on Munchkin City, it's going to show all this. And then I can also, on top of that, I could jump to my first row. What did I do? Oh, I messed with that one. Oops. Dang it. Camera location. Sometimes talking and doing stuff bites you a little
Chewing gum
bit.
and walking.
That's painful. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Front row.
Ty says the Emerald
fifth
City
row.
was not green.
The
Is
what?
that in the books?
What is that?
Ty says the Emerald City was not green.
Well, you had to put on emerald glasses to go into the Emerald City. So what does that mean? All right, let's do another scene here. Yeah, let's do something where maybe we hide our Munchkin city buildings and we roll in some trees. Yeah, it's funny because I think a lot of people experienced excuse me. I think a lot of people experienced Wizard of Oz the way I did, which was as the movie when they were kids, which is awesome, right? It was great movie. Watched it with my parents, my grandparents, everybody watched it, and it was great. But if you go back and read the books, a lot of it's very different. There's some stuff that's not quite as kid-friendly in the books as the parts that made it into the movie. So I do recommend.
It's kind of what happens with a lot of books made into movies.
All right, so I'm gonna make up some quick and ugly trees. All right, that's good enough right now. Grab that. I'm spending a lot of time thinking about randomness lately. I don't
intentional randomness.
Yeah. Make that into a group. Stick that right here, and then.
Oguntola says, is this section being recorded for later watching? Yes. So after every SketchUp Live on Fridays, the stream is automatically uploaded as a full video that you can go back and watch and rewatch and learn from, laugh at, depending on how it goes. Oh, HLS Company says, hey guys, this is my first time joining the live session, but I've been following this channel for years. Just wanted to say a huge thank you. Your tutorials have been really instrumental.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming by. Maybe I'll just distort this then. All right, so I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to stick it right back here, and then we need to do something to this. Maybe I'll try playing with scale and see what I can do with scale. If I scale a little bit this way, scale it. Still looks like the same tree. All right, that's not going to work. Here, I'll just draw another one. So one of the things that people ask about is drawing 2D things. What I would always recommend is just starting with a flat surface to draw on. You can try to draw in space or on the ground plane, but I recommend definitely start with something like this where you can have a little bit of control over what you're drawing, where you're drawing, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you need to draw, do something like this.
Randy says, my wife was the stage manager for a production of The Wizard of Oz many years ago. We have the Cowardly Lion and Tin Man's badge of courage and the heart props hanging on our wall. That's so cool.
That's very cool.
Hey, you know, this does tie into the other suggestion of What was the other one with the tree where it was just a tree and a path?
Waiting for Godot.
Waiting for Godot. Yeah. Godot. Godot?
Godot.
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 Good day, Godot. Yes.
Bless you.
All right, there we go. I got a second tree. There we go. I'll grab that. We'll slide that back here. That's excessive. Bring it down. Bring it back. We'll slide it out a little bit. And then we'll take both of these and then we will flip them. Grab that red option, take it to the middle of the stage. There we go. Maybe we'll swap them too.
Now we're assuming there's some kind of like, I don't know, wheels or something to each of these to get them to move around, right?
Yeah. I'm figuring at this point we're kind of
this is more conceptual.
This is pretty high level right here. So yeah, at some point somebody's got to go in and figure out how to make my dream a reality. But not I. There we go. The same thing over here. Get this guy. I think I unpush pulled this. My depth on this one disappeared. All right, there we go. So there we do our trees, and this could be a couple different scenes. I don't know. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to come in here, create a new tag. I'm going to call it trees. And then I will add these components to that trees tag. I didn't give it a number. So I was thinking, so here's my thought with the numbers. Again, I don't know if George can weigh in on this on house, but I was thinking like different items on the stage would have different numbers indicating where they are in the stage. So very back would be 1, mid-ground things 2, and then if I had any foreground elements, I would call them number 3. That way I would actually know where they are by looking at them. But this way I can turn the trees on and off, and I can create a new scene. So we'll say, call this one On the Road. I'm horrible with my consistency of naming and caps and oh boy. Okay, so now we can sit on the 5th row, we can sit on the 1st row, we can look around, and we can also hop between cities. Or between scenes, excuse me. Oops. Except since this is a new scene that I just added, it's showing up on the wrong scene, so I do want to fix that, of course. Come through here and say Munchkin City, turn off trees, and update that. There we go. So now I can go swap between these two. See, this piece stays the same. And jump in the 2. So we've got multiple different scene types going on right now. Pretty easy. Go ahead and save that. You're saying?
I was saying. I wasn't saying. I was just, yep. Nodding in agreement. I'm picking up what you're putting down here.
There we go. All right. So let's
Always
say
wandering, but never getting any closer to the Emerald City.
That's right. A lot of yellow brick road between here and there. But let's say we got there. Let's say we're at the Emerald City. To do that, I'm going to turn my trees off. I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to hit Control-C to copy. Then I'm going to turn it off. Create a new scene. Call this One in the City. And I'm going to say Edit, Paste in Place. We're going to put that. It's on Emerald City now, so it's off right now. Does it show up? So I'm going to swap it and say put that on the in the city tag. And then we'll come into this and we'll severely change what's going on here.
Randy says, I still don't see the swirling yellow brick road.
Oh, man. Follow the yellow brick road?
Ty says you should put a green watermark over the scene and just model it in random colors.
There you go. Just like we see in the book.
I suddenly am having flashback to like 1990s websites where it's like teal with pink lettering and
flashing yellow. Yeah.
And the MIDI player in the background and Transom says, watch out for flying monkeys and pink elephants.
Pink elephants?
I think it was a Dumbo reference.
Pink elephants on parade? Little fake foreshortening. Yeah, so something like that. Oops. Came out of context. So in this case, we'll be on the inside of the city. All right. And in the city, I guess we could have some additional pieces on the side of like storefronts or something like that, something to fill on the side here. I was kind of wondering if there's any way to repurpose the pieces we already have, but they're kind of unique shapes. So let's just do something like...
Ooh, Ty just sent me a message recommending that I tell you that there is a Dorothy on the Yellow Brick Road model on 3D Warehouse.
Nothing ever goes wrong with just sporadically grabbing stuff off 3D Warehouse on live, so I think we should get it.
And you'd have Dorothy too. It'd be a win-win.
There we go. All right, so I'm just going to create a little bit of a building here. Something like this.
Randy says looks a little bit like the backdrop of the Honeymooners. Is that old don't mind my use of the word old TV show with Bruce Willis?
No, that's Moonlighting.
That's Moonlighting. Okay.
Yeah, no, Honeymooners is even... It's like the dawn of TV kind of stuff. That's super classic, we'll say.
Okay. Was that the one where it was like boom zow straight to the moon, where the guy's talking about beating his wife? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one. Yeah, that's right. All right. So something like that. We'll scale that.
Blake says, would love to see you do a scenic design again on one unit box set. Shows how you can get a lot more detail in there.
Box set.
The Honeymooners is way older than Moonlighting. Yeah. I know my parents used to watch Moonlighting. I don't know if they ever watched Honeymooners.
Maybe your grandparents watched Honeymooners.
My grandparents probably watched Honeymooners, yeah.
What was that about a box set?
Blake said, would love to see you do a scenic design again on one of the unit box set shows so you can get a lot more detail in there.
I gotcha. Yeah, so this is, I don't know if you guys have picked this up, but due to our indecision, I kind of picked a direction to go, and we're talking more about scenes and tags really than anything else. So at this point, the actual modeling itself has kind of become secondary to how we're controlling this with scenes and tags. Still cool. I mean, I think it'll be good by the time we get another 2 or 3 of these in here. Being able to flip through stuff would be kind of nice. I'm going to take that piece, and again, I'm going to copy it. I'm using, so you notice that because I turned my group, my axes in the group, the red, blue, and green are all turned now, but I can inference any other surface. So I can copy off of this flat surface right here, click and hold, and drag that over to the midpoint. And then I'm going to hit Option key to make a copy, and then we have our 2 flanking emerald buildings, which I will put then on another new scene. This is number 2 in the city. There we go. So now I'd want to create a new tag. Actually, I'm going to turn this off. Turn both of these off. I'm going to say apply tags to scenes. And apply tags to scenes. So that way, no, it didn't work. What was I trying to do?
I don't know. What were you trying to do?
Turn off, turn off. Okay, so I got to go in these, turn these, my in the city off. Oh, I didn't put them on a tag. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just clicking things. This is supposed to be on here, which is off. All right. Okay. Now, if I take these 2 in the city, in the city, in the city, turn them both off, and then apply those tags to scenes, is that going to work? What am I doing wrong? Okay, forget it. I can mess with it, or I can just fix it. Turn these off. Update on the road. Off. Update. And then a third scene, which is on the road, which we're going to, for that, we're going to turn off trees, turn off Emerald City, and then, oh, in the city. New. There we go. So now.
Is it good? Did you do it? Did it work?
So we start in Munchkin City. Let's sit in the front row. And then we start in Munchkin City. Then we're on the road. Oh, you son of a gun. Talk to myself, of course.
I figured it wasn't directed at me.
But... In the city. Let's turn those on. I saved the wrong thing in scenes.
Okay.
So that scene in the city saved the top or the camera location, which is not what I want. What I actually want is the visible tags. So we'll turn that on and then update that view. There we go. Munchkin City, on the road, in the city. There it is. Also, I'm kind of noticing that I drew this line to put in where my eye line would be in the different rows, and I didn't put it centered. For some reason, we're just off center, which probably shouldn't matter too much, but it's bothering me a little bit because I'm hopping right here, and I'm seeing.
I figured you put it in there because it's your favorite spot to sit.
Just left of center.
Left of center.
I've heard that is true, but I want to see what it looks like in center. So if I grab these points right here and move them, it's not going to change my scenes. It remembers where my camera is in XYZ. It knows exactly where it is. So if I move these lines, it won't matter. But what I could do is grab everything else, which means turning everything on at once. You grab all of this and move that so the middle point aligns with where my seat pulls from, or my camera pulls from. So then I should be staring Much closer to center. There we go. Let's get this set right. Munchkin City, on the road, in the city. That's
You're
better.
a better door than a window, Aaron.
Sorry, would it be better if I put a gingham dress on that guy? And
no, I'm just saying you're blocking the view of the Emerald City.
All right, so apparently let's go get Dorothy then. Dorothy? How do you spell Dorothy? Is it Dorothy?
Dorothy. Right?
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Right. Okay, here, do you need I have it pulled up. Dorothy on Yellow Brick Road. Try searching for that. Oh my goodness,
so many words. Let's see if I can get away with on yellow. Whoa, that cheats. That brings the swirl in for me. Love it.
Though that's why you recommended it.
You want a swirl? I'll give you a swirl. All right, let's explode this right quick. All right, she's no Aaron, but I'll put her up here. All right, front row. Go Dorothy. Fifth row.
Hey, and she matches the background.
She's also over 7 feet tall. I'm not trying to judge, but I'm going to give her a little less stature. All right. Let's see. That makes more sense. I was like, dang. I know we're checking perspective here, but
Aaron's comedy bits to start.
All right.
Oh, Ty says you're welcome.
All right. We'll take that and we'll spin it something like that. Come in here. I'm going to get rid of the reds. I just want this gold. It's actually a brick material. That's kind of cool.
Randy says, is the swirl from a Seinfeld episode? I don't get that reference.
Oh. You mean a swirl which is sort of presumptuous? Yeah, don't go deeper into that because we might get flagged.
Okay.
Just say that. All right. So if we do something like that, kind of cool. I'm gonna leave. I know I've got Z fighting right now, but I want to just leave it for just a second because I want to take a look and see what I can't see it obviously from the front row, but from the fifth row, it looks all right. I may actually take it and actually I'll go ahead and explode it and then make it a group again. That's going to get my handles going this way. And then I'm thinking I'll scale it this way a little bit so that when I look at it from here, I can kind of see that swirl better. Make it a little bit wider. Exaggerate, like they do in stage productions. All right, I'm going to cut that. I'm going to come in here. Let's put let's put regular brick on the ground real quick. All right, let's come here. Give me brick. Did you guys see the Saturday Night movie? Saturday Live movie?
Saturday night?
Yeah.
No. Is it worth seeing?
If you like Saturday Night Live, I think it probably is. I'm going to explode this and then fill it with. Oh, I think get it back to yellow. Oops. There we go. So there's a scene in it where they talk about the Saturday Night Live's stage is brick, and it's real brick. It's actually it's not like linoleum or anything. It's actual real brick. And they're talking about how that's, it's real. You see it, you feel it, that kind of thing. But I was just curious if anybody else saw that. I thought it was pretty good. Cool. So now we got front row, fifth row, Munchkin City, on the road, And in the city, got a pretty cool stage here. I kind of like that.
You should have made you a Munchkin.
Sure, I can bring me back. Because I was in there as a component, I'm still saved even though I'm deleted off the screen, so I can grab me and drop me on here. And we'll just do this. I should probably wait, hold up. Go back to Munchkin City. And as I said, it's blue. It's all blue.
Suddenly looks like you're wearing a jersey.
Let's go a little darker. My shadows back in. Nope, darker still. There we go. And then I'll put me oh.
Colin says you can use my full-size scale figure.
So we'll take that one and we'll add him into the number 2 Munchkin City. That way, when we go to a different place, he's not there.
Yeah, if you guys haven't yet, make your own scale figure. Because hey,
absolutely,
we could throw it on our models during SketchUp Live on Fridays.
Yeah,
yeah,
do it. Get them in there. Yeah, actually, if I had some of the top commenters and started abusing them a little bit, that would be kind of nice. So there we go. So yeah, so right now I have 3 scenes. I get to click through them real quick like this. I can look at it from 2 different locations. I think we should add some foreground stuff. I think I want maybe 1 element in the foreground of each set also.
Give it some depth.
That's right, yeah. So maybe on here we have like a chunk of Dorothy's house squishing a witch. Of course, I'm not going to build a full house, but I could build something maybe like this. Do a little shed kind of thing here. We'll go like this.
Ty says all the cool kids have scale figures. We were talking about this the other day, and the fact that scale figures are something that the second you see it, it is uniquely SketchUp. Because
it is the thing, yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot other CAD programs out there, and we share a lot of similarities in terms of UI and form and function, but the scale figures, that is SketchUp.
I do remember when Revit first came out, they had a website, and on the website they had like a 3D drawing with some people on it, and one of the elements they had was a 3D figure of Jody, who worked at SketchUp. His 2D figure was very distinct because he's standing there without shoes on, going like this, pointing with his thumb, and they grabbed it and they used it on their on their front page. So that was kind of funny. I think we were way more mature about it than we should have been. I really feel like we should have made a big deal about that, but we didn't. But yeah, I agree. I think that is definitely something you see and you go, that looks like SketchUp. All right, I'm going to make this. This came from Kansas, so I'm going to make it all gray.
Okay.
Well, it's funny because, like, in the movie, that's how that starts, right? Is that uh,
Yeah,
she's
everything's black
in
and white.
right? It's in black and white, but they say that in the book too. When you move to Kansas, your life becomes gray. All the color leaves, and then
I always think of like tan when I think of Kansas. It's because all of the fields.
get that. Let's do some quick witch feet.
Randy says maybe you should add a scale banana object.
I'm not opposed to it. I feel like I'm missing the joke.
Maybe. He was talking about your corner being a little off axis.
Oh yeah, I kind of faked it. I kind of got a little brute force modeling going on right now, just kind of getting it in. Some stuff did not work out perfect. All right, I'm just gonna give this witch some striped stockings. Wait a minute.
Wait,
Didn't quite close up. All right.
are they striped in the book?
I don't remember.
I know the slippers are silver, but
They were. There is no ruby red slippers. They are silver. That looks ridiculous. All right. But I'm going to make it a group. And we will want to take that. Yeah, so I had some issues with this thing popping out over here. I did it kind of wonky, but it worked in the end. So I can take this piece, again, a new tag. This is up front, so this is going to be on a 3. Dorothy. House.
which is which? Christ Lauren on Facebook says, "Hey, back." Yeah,
right.
We do stream on multiple platforms, and I know sometimes we do have technical issues connecting to multiple platforms. So if you're ever on Facebook or LinkedIn and have some problems, come over to YouTube because
YouTube seems to be the most consistent.
It is.
I think I'm going to grab a couple more fellas off of the warehouse, including a scarecrow. We'll go here, and we'll get a Tin Man. I was hoping for something that matched the other one, but hey, maybe a space. There he is.
Wow.
I feel like we need to upgrade our Dorothy because I feel like she's a little lackluster now.
Photo materials on your figures there.
All right, so we'll grab these two dudes and we're going to create a new level 3. The guys. We'll add both of them to that tag.
Transom says, "Don't forget the witches that put the stitches in the breeches of the pants in the court of King Caractacus."
Easy for you to say.
Man. Caractacus.
Caracatus?
Maybe?
All right, I need Judy Garland because this isn't working. There we go.
Randy says the flying monkeys terrified me. And I was 32 at the time.
All right. There we go. Let's try this again. All right, so we'll go to... Whoa, what happened? Your shoulder's missing. Go up here. Munchkin City. On the road with our dudes. In the city. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Ty says say that 3 times fast. I couldn't even say it 1 time slow. So
no.
So no.
Not gonna. Cool. Yeah. Trying to think of what else to do at this point.
We
don't actually need these lines anymore. It's not about the lines. It's about the space or the location of the camera in 3D space. Why are you flying? Grab her by the toe and drop her down to the earth. There we go. Munchkin City, on the road, in the city. Yeah. We got a little set. I feel like this needs to be a little bit taller. So how you guys doing?
Oh, Kegi says, what about Cowardly Lion?
Okay. Maybe he'll be in the city.
And Randy says, save. Yeah.
Oh, you're a little guy. I wonder if... Yeah. So then we got to do the same thing. We got to come in here, back into our tags. One last tag. 3. I guess we can just call this in the city again. Or it's called Lion. That's the only thing on there. Lion.
Randy says you completely left out being in Kansas and the tornado.
Oops. Add him to the line. Well, if we're doing a stage production, I thought would be have Kansas be a pretty bare stage. Put everything else backstage, you know? How's that sound?
Could have a farm barn.
Yeah, what we could do is, so Kansas could be something as simple as a curtain. Was that loose? I never grouped this. Whoops. Ooh, let's do this. Let's make a curtain real quick. I'm just going to come in here with an arc. Go across like...
Ty says, could fake Kansas with a different style, black and white. Just make your set black and white.
We just have different colored glasses for everybody to wear.
That would be a unique experience, right?
All right, put your green ones on.
It's like when I was studying filmmaking in college, they were talking about old filmmaking techniques when things were black and white, and how they would do some makeup in different colors and then spotlight in different colors, that some colors would show up on black and white, and then they change the light and it would change the makeup to do like in-camera transformations, things like that. It was fascinating. It really was.
Yeah, there's a little more. I remember reading about like the old horror movies, and they would use chocolate syrup as the blood because in black and white, you don't need
Can't
red,
tell the
right?
difference, right? Same consistency, right?
That's right. I just thought. I also read about. I don't know if I'd mentioned that we watched the movie Some Like It Hot, and it was intentionally filmed. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's two guys, Jack Lemmon and crap, who's the other guy?
Walter Matthau?
No, that's Odd Couple. That's
Okay.
a whole nother thing. Awesome stuff. I love the Odd Couple. Uh, Tony Bennett, not Tony Bennett. Anyhow,
Look this up now.
two guys are hiding out, and in order to hide out from some people who are trying to kill them, they end up dressing Tony Curtis. They dress up as women and hide in this all woman band, and so the two guys, Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis, are dudes, and it was right about the time color film was available, but they said that the guys just looked so horrid in all the foundation and makeup that they sold it better as a black and white
film. Black and white. Well, I mean, they were standing next to Marilyn Monroe the whole time, right? So
that's true.
There's that.
There we go. Look, I made Kansas.
You made Kansas.
Pull a gray drape across. We're in Kansas, Toto. Which we can, again, make a new scene. So we'll put this on a new tag. Plus. I apologize. Is anybody here from Kansas?
Kegi says this reminds me of a snooker commentator who said, for those of you without color TV, the blue ball is next to the pink. That's funny.
Oops, that was the right spot. All right. There we go. And I just got to take that off. Oops, did I not even apply it? Oh, boy. Get your Kansas out of here. Is anybody here? I just threw that out there. Is anybody here from Kansas? I don't want anybody to think we're. I'm not making fun of Kansas. I'm
dissing on Kansas.
Just commenting on this. That's how it's treated in the book. So it's not. I don't have any real issue with Kansas. I don't know Kansas. So there we go. Now we got all our scenes. Kansas makes way for my. Sorry, little guy jumped me. Munchkin City. And then we're on the road, and then we're in Emerald City. So, yeah, there we go. So this was a very different live stream. This was more about using the tools to create scenes and views, real quick ways to click through stuff. We do that from here, or we can jump to the front row and still do it here. Less about modeling, and this one was more about using the tools to set that stuff up. That's what I got. I like the fifth row better, actually. Sitting a little bit further back. Going to see music, front row is the way to be, but if you're going to see theater, a couple rows back is maybe a better solution. But, yeah. That's what we got. That's what we did. That's it.
That's cool.
That's it. I'm out.
That works.
Yeah. So, reference to Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I don't know. Was that the pink snooker ball comment? Maybe?
I don't know. Somebody said something about something at some point. I don't really know. Won't pay attention. But yeah.
Peggy says, "Does Aaron come back for the intermission and do some stand up now?" Some about you doing stand up. That seems to be a theme for this one. Aaron doing stand up.
Nope. Look, I'm sitting down.
He looks so squished.
Mm-hmm. I really do. Yeah. Well, you guys, that is about it. I think that's what we're gonna do. Wasn't really 100% sure where this was gonna go, but it was a kind of a fun. Granted, this is after 17 years of using SketchUp, 15 years, but I've gotten to appreciate. I think for the longest time I did scenes, and scenes were always just everything. A scene was where the camera is, what tags, and I did all of it. And I'm just recently getting to appreciate, using scenes and the checkboxes to make scenes that do specific things. So, just change the camera or just change the visibility. And I feel silly for having spent, because I don't think scenes and tags, tags used to be called layers, but got the name change. But other than that, they work the same as they always have, but I just have not gotten into using them. So, sometimes I still geek out about some old school stuff that's always been in here, but it's pretty fun. So if you don't leverage scenes to change views and that kind of stuff, you should check it out, because it's a great way to save yourself. I do like flying around the model. I do this a whole lot, and it's good stuff. But scenes are pretty nice. Check that out for sure. I wonder. So Donovan mentioned this in the beginning. If anybody has any ideas for models they would like, throw those out here. I do have a couple things I pulled off the forum that I thought would be kind of fun. Our buddy Dave Richards posted a picture of an old brick firehouse that I thought was pretty cool. And there's another one that was some weird like retro sci-fi airport tower thing. I don't know. There's some cool stuff on the forum, but I'd love to hear it from you guys. Like, what do you think would be a good model? We're kind of due for an architectural model, taking an existing building and modeling it again. So I'd love to hear if you guys have any thoughts or ideas on what you think would be good for that. Let us know in the comments. And like Donovan said, if you don't get a chance to put it here, head over to the forum, forums.sketchup.com. Mm-hmm. It's a great place to go just to get information on SketchUp or be part of the community. And but it's also a great spot to let us know what you're thinking about. Enormous circular solar arrays.
A lot of people want solar panel help modeling, I guess.
We could talk about that at some point, I suppose.
Studio RT Cool says many educational webinars end with a survey. This should be one. What did you learn, Dorothy?
I like that. There you go. Transom said it best. Subscribe, ring the bell, like, share. We don't ask for that very often. I guess I do. I have a little thing I run through automatically at the end of all the videos, but we never say it on live streams. But if you want to be notified next time we do one of these, do subscribe. Yeah. Set notifications on, and you'll know about it. We do this almost every Friday, so I know I had several people showed up for the first time this week. If you want, next week will be more of a modeling session, so it'll be a little bit different than what we did here. But subscribe and come by, and it's a fun time. It's a good way to spend Friday afternoon.
With football season starting up, why not model a stadium?
All right, like that. Old gas station.
Oh, from Route 66. Isn't this year I don't know, milestone for Route 66? Something like that?
I don't know. Maybe. We did do a gas station once. It was a long time ago, though. I mean, we'd absolutely do it again. But that is a fun one. Those old buildings. We did it off of an old image. It was pretty cool. All right. Well, with that, yeah, we hit it. We did it. We got this. Yeah. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Have a great weekend. If you're in America, in the United States, have a great 3-day weekend. If you're not, still have a great weekend. Have 3 days worth of great weekend in 2 days. That would be awesome. But yeah, thanks for swinging by, and have a good one. We'll see you next time.
See you, everybody.